Queen Mara said, until I get on the ship, I'm still your queen. You will not do anything to me as long as I'm still wearing the ruby tiara. Oh, girl. Snatch it off, Jess, period. Alright, y'all, look, we back. Episode 29, the Ruby Tiara. The butler said House Salvador committed treason, girl. We all getting hanged tomorrow. Let's get out of here. Ain't no time to explain. We gotta get out. Look at the servant. Alright, here go the soldiers, y'all. These are Gregolian soldiers, remember? The soldier said, well, we better hurry. Indeed, His Majesty would want to know about this. We'll take Lord Rick's horses and move out after dark. Without the snow on the road, we should be back in Gregolia in a couple days. Alright, a few days later, at the Palace of Gregolia, King Neela said, really? He executed Lord Rick himself? The soldier said, with a sword, Your Majesty, in front of all the peasants. He did spare the queen and the pregnant sister, though. King Neela said, sentiment. That will always be his downfall. What about the Night Raven? The elite soldier said, rumors say the Salvador militia tried to kill her. She was saved by the villagers. King Neela said, the people must love her. If that damn King Cletus didn't taint her, she would have been a good queen for Alec. I can't wait to see his face when I enjoy that woman right in front of him. Actually, I'm going to enjoy all his beautiful empresses, one by one, from that Zubian princess to those young concubines. And I'll say that Night Raven for last as he watches me in agony. Oh my god, there's no better way to torment King Cletus. The soldier said, now that we've lost Lord Rick, how do we proceed, Your Majesty? King Neela said, it's time for me to take matters into my own hands. Now that King Cletus has gathered an army and trained his peasants to fight, they might just have enough to withstand a direct assault. And I can't guarantee Zubia, Haral, and Lodric will sit back and let me have my way. We're bounded by the treaties to retaliate after all. Lord Rick may have failed, but he did have a point. We go straight for the head of the serpent. The soldier said, are we going for an assassination, Your Majesty? King Neela said, not after the Green Scars failed. They were the best at assassination. Ethania is well protected because of its impenetrable wall to the fort. To the front. It's my bad. And the fjord to its back, granting them protection with the water and the high cliffs. That may be our way in. The soldier said, through the water? Wouldn't the Ethanians spot us on ships, Your Majesty? King Neela said, who said we have to use our warships? I just need our elite soldiers, nothing more. Neela said, Alec and Maria sneaked into the old prison tower when they were young. They didn't know once the door closed, it could only be opened from the outside. Alec climbed up the flagpole and took down the flag. He somehow figured out a way to combine that Zubian silk flag with some ropes into something that could slow down his fall. That was how he jumped off the tower, opened the door, and got his sister out. The soldier said, Your Majesty, are you saying His Highness was a young kid without a lot of weight? King Neela said, well, it worked. There must be a way to replicate the same thing for our soldiers. The soldier said, it might be hard to get all that Zubian silk, Your Majesty. Neela said, send word to Zubia. Tell them Gregolia is in need of Zubian silk for our new elite soldier attire. We have about 100 elite soldiers, and probably 2 bolts of Zubian silk for each of them. Tell the Zubians to start sewing and send us all the silk they have. I expect my soldiers to be ready by the end of this upcoming winter. If King Zelimir knows better, he'll make this happen just for my sake. The soldier said, yes, Your Majesty, already our couriers. King Neela said, one last thing. Not a word to anybody else, not even Alec. Make sure the craftsmen keep their mouths shut. Alright, a few days later, back in Ethania. Y'all look at CJ, my baby, my nephew. And there go, or is that my nephew? One of them Roxanne baby and one of them Solana's baby. King Cletus said, with the treason of House Salvador, I hereby strip House Salvador of all their titles and possessions. According to the rules of Ethania, all who were involved with treason, the entire house, along with their loyal servants, are to be hanged. Period. Hang that one in the red first. Drop kicker. Let me drop kicker first, though. Drop kicker and then hanger. You know what I'm saying? Unlike that old hag, Catherine Salvador don't even look scared. It's like she has nothing to live for at this point. King Cletus said, however, with Mara Salvador as the queen of Ethania and my beloved wife, mercy shall be granted, for she had dedicated ages of her life to me and to my kingdom. Don't grant her mercy. Okay, Catherine ain't even showing a slight hint of relief. I got a bad feeling about this. King Cletus said, Mara Salvador and Catherine Salvador, you shall be exiled to the far east across the sea. All militiamen who participated in the attack against me and Madame Jess will be hanged. Period. As for the ones who were not involved, they will be exiled to the far west across the mountains, along with the servants of House Salvador. Mara said, thank you for granting me mercy, Your Majesty. King Cletus said, Catherine Salvador, you will mention the origin of your child to no one. If you stain my reputation with rumors, I'll have you hunted down and hanged. Period. She said, yes, your majesty. He said, you got until sundown to pack your things. Exiled. With what she's done to Solana, that's hardly enough punishment. Right. Y'all, how many chapters of this story have we read? And I've been wanting to drop King Mara. Do I let her die? Do I let her die? I do want to drop kick her. I do want to wish her harm. That's the first option, right? But option 2 is I want to see her suffer. I promised her that I was going to take her ruby tiara and she was going to watch me take her ruby tiara. So I feel like I need to let her watch me. She can't watch me if she exiled, and she can't watch me if she dead. So she needs to suffer more. So I'm going to leave it for now, and I'm going to give her hell later. The king already made his decision to let her live. It won't look good to the empresses if I try to change his mind. I could probably drop by her chamber before she leave and drop kick her. I can't kill her, but I can still give her hell. After all, there's always something worse than dying. It is. Probably sensing something unfortunate is happening to his mother, Prince Cairo suddenly starts crying, breaking up the heavy atmosphere with echoes of his wailing. That ain't his mama. Queen Mara is not this baby's mama. That's what she wants everybody to believe. But that ain't his mama. That ain't his mama. And who is this person? Who is this person watching this baby? Oh, Viola? Okay. Viola said, hush now, your highness. Everything will be all right. Shut up. Y'all, all of y'all shut up. I said, what you want to do with Prince Kairos, your majesty? King Peter said, he'll be kept in the nursery for now. Too much has happened because of my sons. Y'all, I should have chose to kill her. I'm tired of seeing my empresses using my sons as their stepping stones to power. Make sure my son is well taken care of. He may not have a mother anymore, but he's still my eldest son. He ain't have a mother before Mara. Because she killed that lady. Okay, it's like Prince Kairos is being punished for his stepmother's sins. Thank you for saying stepmother. It ain't really stepmother. It's adopted mother. I don't even know what she would be. She a criminal is what she is. Hopefully this baby will get another chance at a loving mother when this is all over. Madam Raquel said, can I say something, your majesty? King Clear said, what's up, sis? She said, with the downfall of House Salvador, the ruby tiara is now vacant. Ooh! I know I'm in no position to make any suggestions. King Cletus said, are you volunteering yourself, Madam Raquel? Raquel said, nah, bro, I don't want to be your queen. I just believe Euthania deserves a queen who's well-respected inside and outside the palace. And the only woman in all 5 kingdoms worthy of the ruby tiara is Madam. King Cletus said, I'll decide this later, Raquel. Decide it now. Decide it now, King Cletus. Because it's me. It's the kid. You know what I'm saying? The main character. I ain't really no real empress, though. I don't belong here. You probably need to put a real empress up here instead of me, because I'm faking. It's still awkward since I made it clear I'd never return his affection. Even a political marriage requires some kind of mutual gain. I don't have a house, and I'll sleep with him to give him an heir. I think that say I won't sleep with him. I think that's what that's supposed to say. To him, there's no point for him to make me his queen. He said, after all Mara has done, I have to be cautious with the next Ethanian queen. Right. I don't wish to make the same mistake again. The next bearer of the ruby tiara will be a symbol of hope. I might even have another draft just to find the perfect queen for Ethania. Not another draft when you got the kid right beside you. What you talking about? He said, if nothing else, I'd like to carry on with my duties. With the newly formed Ethanian army, there's much to do. All right, now, it's time to give this Ethanian queen a piece of my own justice before she departs. Y'all, why can't I be the queen? Look at Mara packing up her stuff. Sometime later. Y'all, look at the baby. Oh, my God. Y'all, look how they holding that baby. That's my nephew, Valia and Gwen. Look at the baby blanket, y'all, hanging off of Gwen elbow like this. What is going on? Gwen said, what brings you to the consort quarter, your grace? I got a favor to ask you. She said, of course, what you need? I said, I think I owe Mara Salvador a proper farewell. Consort Andrea said, oh, can I come too, your grace? I said, why? Who are you? She said, you're not the only person who suffered from her evil deeds, your grace. I've been a consort since the second draft, and because of her, I'm still a consort. I wish I could go back home instead of wasting away in this palace. Gwen said, you and me both. Y'all! I said, I could talk to His Majesty about that. Gwen said, it's Athenian tradition. I don't think you can change it. You never know, girl. I've changed a bunch of things since I came here. Andrea said, Mara Salvador is lucky His Majesty spared her. But she not going away that easy. I say we shave her hair off. Gwen said, that's hardly enough for what she done to me and Velia. I ought to slap her 100 times. Y'all, I think what's happening is that the story is not accounting for the fact that I gave Gwen the baby. Like, I made the decision for Gwen to keep CJ, Solana's baby. And so the game got her holding CJ, but like, it's not recognizing that she's holding CJ, so it looked like the baby blanket is just flying all around with her arm movements, and she's not actually like trying to hold him. I think that's what's happening here, because it's throwing me off that this green blanket is just flailing around in the wind. That is a newborn baby girl. I said, I guess we all set then. Let's go. Y'all, look at the baby. All right, look at Mara packing up. Look at Mara. Hello, we coming to send you off, girl. Mara said, what you want? Get out of my chamber. Oh, no, I think I'll stay right here. I think we'll stay right here. Gwen said, we giving the Athenian queen a proper send-off, girl. Andrea said, the day I entered the palace, you had me slapped just because His Majesty smiled to me. My face was so swollen, His Majesty never wanted to look at me again. Oh, she angry, y'all. You not leaving before I return the favor. Oh, shoot. Queen Mara said, until I get on the ship, I'm still your queen. You will not do anything to me as long as I'm still wearing the ruby tiara. Oh, girl. Snatch it off, Jess, period. Mara said, how dare you, you filthy low-born wench. Hearing Mara's insult once again, you tighten your grip on the ruby tiara. Drop kick her. Drop kick her right now, Jess. Because this simple piece of jewelry on her head, so many people have suffered. All the hardship you had to endure, all you've lost because of her. And the most unforgivable of it all, the death of Solana. Right. Gwen said, how should we proceed, Your Grace? Oh, yo, should I let Andrea slap her 100 times or let Gwen shave her hair off? Yo, oh, y'all, is that even a question? Y'all, option 3. Is that even a question? You doing both of them yourself. Excuse me. Y'all get out the way. For everything you done to the empresses, I'm gonna slap you 100 times and then I'm shaving your hair off. You better be glad the game don't give me an opportunity to drop kick you, because that's what I've been wanting for the past, how long we've been playing this game, y'all? 4 weeks, 5 weeks on the suggestions channel. Mara said, what? Who do you think you are, wench? Okay, if you don't want to offend me no further, I suggest you watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, Mara. It's not wise for you to disrespect a madam. Period. Because you not no queen no more. Slap her, Jess. Slap, period. 1. Right. Drop kick. People's elbow her. Put the people's elbow to Stone Cold Stunner on this lady. I'm sick of her. Y'all. 2. Y'all. Keep slapping, Jess. Keep slapping. Period. Bow. 100 slaps later. Y'all, look at this. I ain't never gonna get tired of watching this. Now cut off her hair. Cut it off right now. Y'all, look at the look at the blade. Click on the blade to shave Mars. Oh, it's me. I can do it. Okay. Look at y'all. Click on the period. Look at y'all. Cut it off. Look at it. Look at you, Mara. As the 3 of you stare the former Athenian queen down, all you can see in her eyes are misery and defeat. I don't care about that. For Athenian women, their hair is just as important as their virginity. It's the biggest violation to have it shaved off. I don't care. You shouldn't have been disrespectful. This is what you get, Mara. This is what you get. Once she steps out of this palace, she'll be laughed at, spit on. Sometimes being humiliated in front of a whole kingdom is a worse punishment than death. You better watch yourself. You better watch it. If you hurt another soul, I'll hunt you down to the end of this earth. Come on, we done here. For my sis. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. Shouldn't have killed my sis. Alright, meanwhile, back at the study, King Cletus said, this ain't gonna work, Arthur. Leading an army is very much like a king ruling a kingdom. The commander will have to be well respected or there'll be chaos. Josh may be the best fighter in Ethania, but he's not a leader. Arthur said, it's just going to be temporal until we get a good candidate, Your Majesty. King Cletus said, given the different origins of these militiamen, they will not want to submit to a random person. I think it's best we pick our commander from within the army. Arthur said, we can do a tournament and have them fight each other. He said, that won't work either. Spitefulness within the army will be strong if they're forced to submit to brute force. Moreover, we need not just a good fighter to monitor their training. A good commander has to be fair, disciplined, and good with battle tactics. You right? Is it about to be me? Am I about to come in? Yep. King Cletus said, you need something, girl. Okay, here go the ruby tiara from that trader. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming to hand it over before I return to my duties. He said, when I last held this ruby tiara, I was putting it on Mara's braided hair. I never loved her as a wife, but she was still this graceful, kind woman who was worthy of respect. Nothing like the vile woman she's become today. I said, people change, Your Majesty. He said, they do indeed. Thank you, Jess. That'll be all. Okay. Arthur said, hold on, Your Majesty. Why don't we ask Madam Jess how she would choose a commander for the army? King Cletus said, I ain't think of that. I said, what you want to know? He said, now that we have an army residing in the capital of Euthania, I'm trying to pick one of the militiamen to lead them all as the commander. If I let you do it, how would you pick the most worthy man? I said, one man to lead them all, huh? Then the man must have what it takes to lead an army. He said, indeed, not only does he have to be a good fighter, he will also need to be a good leader, tactician, and well-disciplined. I mean, we vote in the U.S. Sometimes it don't always work, because we got the electoral college and stuff, but we vote in my world. But nah, how can they vote when they don't know each other? They wouldn't even have a clue who's good with tactics or who's not. To test that out, they'll need to do some kind of written test. A written test of various battlefield situations to test out how the militiamen would handle them. There can also be aptitude tests. God, this reminds me of that 5-step interview process when I applied to intern at Crimson Enterprise for my gap year. Boy, that did not end well. I said, how about an examination system, Your Majesty? He said, examination system? I said, yeah. We can draft up some written tests to test their battle tactics and leadership. Then some practical exams to determine their proficiency in various weaponry and unarmed fighting skill. We rate their performance and combine the scores. The militiaman who achieved the highest total score should undeniably be our best man. He said, that's a great idea. Is it? Okay. Arthur said, you never cease to amaze me with your capability, Your Grace. Okay, they really need a revolution when something so common in my everyday life seems genius to them. Is there anything else you need, bro? He said, not for now. I'm going to discuss your idea with Arthur and see what we can do. Thank you, Jess. Okay, thank you. Bye, y'all. Arthur said, I know it's not my place to ask Your Majesty, but what are you going to do with the vacant ruby tiara? King Cletus said, why? You got any suggestions? Arthur said, if I may, Your Majesty. Arthur said, I think Madam Jess would make a good queen for Euthania. She would. She would. King Cletus said, Madam Jess is capable and she played a major role in bringing down House Salvador. But she can't be my queen, Arthur. For a lowborn like her, and the fact that she's never served me once in the night attendance, the Zur Tiara is the most I can give her. He said, I understand, Your Majesty, but her grace has already proven herself. Madame Raquel was a tribute for Zubia's wrongdoing. That wouldn't be proper either. Then there are the concubines, but none of them are half as capable as Madame Jess. He said, with so many of my empresses gone, maybe it's time for another draft. It's been a long time, Arthur. I can probably find a capable woman from one of the higher noble houses. Arthur said, even if you do that, the people won't respect her as the queen, Your Majesty. Cletus said, I'm choosing a wife, Arthur. Don't you think I should crown a queen who can give me an heir? I just don't think that'll ever happen with Madam Jess. Arthur said, if you're not satisfied with what you have, you can always keep doing the night attendance with the empresses. Crowning Madam Jess will benefit Euthania greatly. Not only does she have what it takes to make Euthania a much stronger kingdom, she's also well loved by the people. Think about it. She's possibly the only woman in Euthania with the whole kingdom willing to die for her. It's the people who make a kingdom, Your Majesty, not the land you rule. King Cletus said, looks like you really thought this through, bro. He said, as the advisor, it's my duty to listen to the voices of the people. King Cletus said, very well, I'll crown Madam Jess as my queen. Arthur said, people will be thrilled to hear this, Your Majesty. King Cletus said, I'll leave you to do the preparations then. Nothing too luxurious, just get it done. He said, of course, Your Majesty, I'll make the arrangements. Okay, yo, we getting the crown. All right, in the meantime, Oliver said, is this all you come to say to me, Catherine? A customary farewell speech. Catherine said, what do you expect from me, Oliver? I'm to be exiled to the Far East. Catherine said, I just needed to see you one last time before I get on the ship. Okay, look at me, y'all. Is that Advisor Arthur's son? Why are they looking at each other so weirdly? Oliver said, "You know, Catherine, it doesn't have to be this way. We can run away and start a life together." She said, "No, Oliver." He said, "Why not? You being exiled, as long as you stay out of sight. You still exiled as far as everybody knows." She said, "No, Oliver, wake up. I seduced the king to ensure the future of my house. And now I'm nothing but a sinner who's pregnant with a bastard." Oliver said, "But Catherine." She said, "I'm a Salvador, Oliver. It's always been my duty to bring glory to my house. And I shall never forget that, even when House Salvador is no more." How she still hung up on Salvador's glory when she gonna be exiled tonight? And your daddy dead, and everybody been exiled. Like, you don't have no house no more, girl. You still loyal to it? It's not like she can do anything to avenge her father now, right? She said, "I was never meant to be with you, Oliver. I'm sorry for everything. Please just forget all about me." A king who got drunk and knocked up an enemy's daughter. A woman who went behind her lover's back to seduce a king for power. A man who fell in love with the worst possible human being. At the end, no one gained anything. Everybody suffers. What's the point? Catherine Salvador better not be thinking about doing something nasty before she get on that ship. I'ma send Raven to guard her chamber door just in case. Right. Until the ship is ready to set sail, she should have no reason to come out. Alright, once the Salvador is gone, my goal will be reached. I should really think about my next step. When would be a good time to get the hell out of here? Oh, y'all, they about to make me queen and I'm trying to get up out of here. Wade did note the ideal time to hop off the tower would be the last week of winter, since that's the time when the wind blows southeastward. The glider can ride in the wind a straight line above the lake underneath, instead of having to maneuver around the woods and risk getting the elliptical wing torn by the tree branches. I don't even want to imagine that fall before I become paste. It's probably best to follow his advice if I do decide to hop off the tower. The last week of winter would be another 7 to 8 months. I've been here for this long anyway, better safe than sorry. Guess I still have some more time to kill Nathaniel before I have to make a decision. Okay, look at Dawn, y'all. Raven. Raven said, "Your Grace, what happened, girl?" She said, "Catherine Salvador is His Majesty is, Raven, what? Out with it. Calm down and tell me what happened." She said, "Catherine Salvador went to His Majesty's chamber and took the jeweled dagger." Excuse me? Is His Majesty all right? Raven said, "His Majesty was not there. Catherine Salvador used the dagger on herself, Your Grace. His Majesty was just retiring to the chamber and saw everything. I think it's best if you head there. His Majesty refused to talk to anyone, but he'll probably let you in." Oh my God, y'all. What is going on in this place? Y'all look at Catherine laying on the ground. This game is crazy. This story is crazy. "Your Majesty." Without turning around, King Cletus lets out a heavy sigh. You can hear the overwhelming guilt in him without even seeing his face. He said, "I did this, Madam Jess. I'll never be able to forgive myself." I said, "Your Majesty, this is not really..." He said, "You don't have to defend me, Madam Jess. This is all my fault. Catherine must have done this as her revenge to him. She's still a traitor's daughter no matter what. Why would the king be so hung up on her death?" Okay, under Catherine Salvador's body, you see a piece of paper next to the jeweled dagger. Whatever she wrote on that paper must have struck him hard. Curious, you reach for the piece of paper with Catherine's handwriting. Okay, she wrote a poem before she did it. What's the poem? Look at the paper sticking up behind him, y'all. Cherished by the benevolent morning dew, the white freesia finally blossomed. How beautiful she was, and how the pollen adored her from the bottom. Graced by the drizzle, she filled all her petals with love, readying the greatest gift for her beloved. Alas, hailstorm fell upon the white freesia, and her stem collapsed, fell into the river as the merciless water clears away everything she once was, at last. We all know the king compared her to white freesia before. Morning dew, drizzle, hailstone, and the merciless river. Hailstorm. I don't know what's going on with me today, y'all. They're different forms of water. She's trying to say the king was the one who gave her everything, and also the one who took everything away, including the child she was bearing for him. King Cletus said, "I killed my own child, Jess." I said, "You didn't, Your Majesty. Despite all her house had done, you still granted her mercy. She murdered her own child and you had nothing to do with it." He said, "I was the one who decided to exile her and her child." Okay, but they committed treason, Your Majesty. Either way, she and the child were to be exiled and never seen again. He said, "Yet she had chosen the fate for both of them right here, where I fathered my children." This has to be her way of protesting to me too, because I never made her an empress. She thought I wouldn't have exiled her child if it was fathered in my chamber like the rest of my empresses. This is blood on my hands. Even a savage beast would never do this to his offspring. The whole kingdom shall know I'm the father with hands tainted by the blood of my own child. King Cletus, you are so dramatic. Oh my God. I said Catherine Salvador made this decision. She chose to do this in your chamber, bro. This is her way to torment you with guilt. Don't fall for that. Right. He said, I'm so sorry. I need some time alone. Okay, none of this would have happened if you didn't stick it in Catherine in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him some room to breathe. Oh my God. Fine. Look at Catherine. Catherine's still moving. She's asleep, y'all. Alright, later that night. Hey, Tank Top. He said, Your Grace. What's up? Shouldn't you be standing guard at the royal quarter? He said, His Majesty prefers solitude tonight, Your Grace. He sent me to look for you, but you weren't in your estate. I said, I needed some fresh air. He said, I see. At any rate, His Majesty would like me to give you this note. Okay, Madam Jess, I made a mistake that can never be amended. I brought this upon myself. Nothing I do or say will ever atone for what I've done. But you're right. I'm the king of Ethania. No matter how wrong I am, I still need to be the king for my people, for Ethania. But I need your help. You may never be my wife or give me an heir, but you are the one queen Ethania truly needs. Will you bear the ruby tiara and rule alongside me as a companion, a trusted friend, and an honest advisor? Sincerely, King Cletus. That was the most professional proposal I have ever read. That was a promotion. That wasn't even no proposal. Josh said, Congratulations, Your Grace. Not only His Majesty offered you the ruby tiara, he also asked you to rule alongside him. You're going to be the first Ethanian queen to have the privilege to do so. I don't know, Josh. I'm trying to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't think I'll stay in Ethania for much longer. This ain't where I'm supposed to be, nor what I should be doing. I fell out of a plane to get here. It was never meant to be. He said, no matter how it happened, you're here now, Your Grace. You made Ethania a better place. The people love you. Okay, but to be completely honest, I do miss home, Josh. But the glider won't be ready to fly until the end of winter. He said, then why not try and see if Ethania can change your mind until then? His Majesty understands where your heart goes. He's simply asking you to be the queen for his people. House Salvador may be no more, but Ethania still needs you. Okay, well, it ain't like I have a choice right now anyway. Until the last week of winter, I'm pretty much stuck here. Might as well make some good use of this time and do as much as I can to fix up Ethania. I can finish training the militia, make adjustments to the unfair rules and stuff. Whether I go home or not, it's still good to know the people will lead better lives here. Josh said, what would you like me to say to His Majesty? I said, I'll accept it, bro. But I get to choose what I wear with it. He said, I'm sure that can be arranged. I'll go back to the royal quarter then. Good night, Your Grace. Okay, y'all, look. Promoted out here, you know what I'm saying? Just until the last week of winter. I can do this. I can do it. All right, a couple days later, I said, is it really all right to wear a short dress? Unable to make a decision, you had Raven seek out concubine Gwen and Velia to give you some advice. Gwen gently places CJ in his cradle. You better gently place him, because you had him twirling all over the place earlier. Gwen said, you're going to be our queen, Your Grace. You can wear anything you want. Even His Majesty agreed so. Velia said, I agree. This is going to be your decision to make, Your Grace. Whatever you do, people will follow. Gwen said, I wouldn't mind trying on a short dress myself. Imagine the breeze in the summer. Girl, you ain't the queen. What you talking about? If I wear a short dress, people are actually going to follow. That would be the first change I bring to Ethania as the queen. Women are allowed to show their legs, period. Velia said, so which dress you want to wear to the ceremony, Your Grace? Okay, I don't know. Let me see, y'all. Okay, we got the ruby lace short dress. Okay, that's kind of cute. Hold on, let's look at all of them, y'all. The ruby triangle cutout short dress. Oh, shoot. Look like we're going to the club, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at the next one. Grand ruby gown. That's going to be long, ain't it? No, I don't like that. And sequin crop ruby dress. Oh, no, I don't like that either. Nah, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the lace. I think I'm going to go with this lace dress. I think I'm going to go with this one. I really don't like none of them, but Let's go with this one. This gonna be my queen attire. Okay, what hairstyle should I go with, y'all? I'm gonna do my old faithful, my diva curls. I'm gonna do that one. Belia said, "You ready for the ceremony, Your Majesty?" Ready as I'll ever be. Y'all, my tiara ain't really ruby. It look pink. But look, we queens out here. All right, much like the ceremonies of your previous promotion, King Cletus keeps it brief and simple to your favor. After all, you just gonna be his queen by title. Okay, look at me on my knees, y'all. He may need you as a queen, but you both know you are not his queen. Hell, you ain't anybody's queen but your own, period. King Cletus said, "I hereby declare Jess the queen of Ethania. Ethania shall be showered in joy because of you, Queen Jess." Okay, you honor me, Your Majesty. King Cletus gives you a slight approval nod. You can see a special kind of respect and understanding in his eyes. For ages in Ethania, only males could rule. Princesses could not dabble in kingdom matters, and they had to marry and let their husbands rule Ethania. Fortunately, this ends now. Because of you, there's finally a woman who can make Ethania stronger. And it's also because of you, a simple-minded king is willing to make it a single-minded. I mean, he's simple-minded too. A single-minded king is willing to make it happen. Okay, later that night, you stand before the mirror and stare at your own reflection. You were but a 19-year-old college girl when you got on that plane. Now there's a ruby tiara on your head. Other than a few scars here and there on your body from people knocking you out and stuff, it's still the same face in the mirror. The same pair of eyes that roll when the boys on the football team hit on you. The same lips that kiss no one, because who the hell needs a boyfriend anyway? Yes, you're still you, just with a whole lot more experience, determination, and more strength than you can ever imagine. And once you pass through the barrier again, you may forget everything you've done to get there. Or you may remember some of it. Honestly, who knows? Either way, this is what you are capable of, and it's not even your limit. You're a lot stronger than you thought to be. The barrier may take away your memories, but not who you are. Alright, y'all, here's Gregolia. Okay, the 331st age of wind. Okay, y'all, this that man with that Zubian silk. This the soldier with the Zubian silk. The elite soldier said, "I've retrieved more slowfall devices from the smithy, Your Majesty." King Neely said, "How many elite soldiers are still unequipped?" He said, "Only a few, Your Majesty." The king said, "Other than the few, we need additional slowfall devices just to be prepared. How much longer will it take?" He said, "They should all be done with the next shipment of Zubian silk, Your Majesty." He said, "Good. Gather the men. It's time for tactical planning." Oh, shoot. Forgot about them.